Well, it's still pretty early in the year. We've only been a couple places. We're up in Powell, and we were hosting our own team duels. And so far, we're just making sure that our conditioning and stuff like that's in where it needs to be. We'll continue to work on that throughout the year. But just mat time's what we're looking for now. More mat time, get us off the schneid a little bit, and that's what we're expecting this year.
One guy who's not here is Dax, and he won a state championship last year. What is his current situation?
Well, yeah, unfortunately for Dax, he had a shoulder injury, and he had to make a tough decision, whether or not to wrestle or wrestle with it sore and get surgery later. And he's got a few other opportunities coming his way, so he chose to have the surgery, and he won't be able to wrestle this year. So a little tough that the team misses him, and I know he misses wrestling, but we'll try to do what we can without him.
Preston Siemens, a guy, a couple of silver medals, a bronze medal in a 3-year career so far. Can he make the next step this season?
Well, that's what we're hoping for. He's been right there, real close. He's had some tough competition, but I think Preston's he's one of those kids that you call a grinder. I mean, he's built for the sport of wrestling. Wrestling is his passion, and I'd like nothing better than to see Preston at the top of the stand in late February.
What does he have to do schematically to make that next step?
Well, a lot of times it's more mental than physical, and just making sure you're mentally prepared and ready to go. And no excuses for the last 3 years. I think he was ready to go. The opponent just was a little better, and but I think he's got a inner drive this year that I've not seen in him. So I think he'll make that step.
You have a few other guys who have state tournament experience too.
Yeah, we've got Kagan Baker, who finished third last year. Came out of nowhere, to be honest. He didn't really have a great regional tournament, but got to state and won some close matches, and I think that's going to bode well for his confidence. Zeb Goodrich was a kid that was there on the podium. He's wrestling at 220 now this year. He was our heavyweight last year. We just needed him in a spot, and he filled it. And so we've got good kids throughout the lineup. We were just talking the other day, Coach Siemens, assistant coach, and I, and we had 3 kids that at the state tournament they just barely missed out on the podium. I mean, they call it the blood round, the one that you have to win to get in on the podium. And we had 3 kids right there with decisions. So I think the future looks bright for Battle Cat Wrestling.